the years, I've had people from the high schools call me looking for mentors for their students. And first of all, it's hard to get enough mentors, enough people who have enough free time to come to school during the school day to mentor a child.
We work with 320 different mentoring programs that serve 37,000 children.
iMentor was started by a frustrated mentor, a professional living in Manhattan who was mentoring a student in the Bronx, and he couldn't get up to see his mentee as often as he liked. So iMentor was founded to figure out, could we use technology to create a new kind of mentoring model, email communication plus in-person meeting, and could we structure these mentoring relationships so that they'd have the same positive impact as relationships in traditional mentoring models.
I've been involved in church groups, I've been involved in local outreach groups, and you just don't have the tools that you need for really building a relationship with a young person. And that's where iMentor makes the difference.
Over the last 10 years in New York City, we've made 7,000 mentor-mentee relationships, and we're seeing tremendous success. But it's never been about how many pairs, how many matches we make. It's about the quality and depth of these relationships. Along the way, we had to figure out, how do we match pairs? What curriculum do we need to provide to really structure and deepen these email conversations? And what events can best enhance these mentor-mentee relationships? Every one of those learning lessons that we've figured out over the last 10 years has been rolled up as technologies and resources in the iMentor interactive platform.
Mentoring is a commitment. It's a significant commitment. And you start your commitment with a good application process.
iMentor Interactive provides any organization with a completely customizable online application. No more handwritten applications, no more data entry. Your mentors and mentees go online and give you all the information you need to screen mentors, to match pairs, and to evaluate your participants. Nothing's more important at the beginning than making a great match. We've been able to develop automated matching algorithms that lets you listen to your people, lets you find out what your mentees are looking for in a mentor, matches that with actual mentor experience, and on the back end automatically scans all your available mentors to help you find the best match.
If you have 150 mentors that are waiting to get matched and you pull up one mentee and 150 mentors, it would be very, very time consuming to go through them individually. So absolutely, it's been, I cannot imagine doing it any other way.
It's very, very difficult without some structure to put an adult and a young person in contact with each other and say go. And you know, after a while, you know, after you've talked about your family and talked about what you want to be when you grow up, you run out of things to say.
Email has the potential to be a great way to build mentor-mentee relationships. It provides the flexibility that our mentors need. You can be a great mentor at midnight in your pajamas after putting your kids to bed. But email is not inherently a quality relationship building tool. What we've developed is writing prompts that structure these email communications. Our mentors and mentees discussing everything from their family histories to their notions of the American dream, researching potential colleges and talking about career aspirations. And what we hear from our people all the time is our mentors say, "Thank God I don't have to come up with what to talk about every week." Our mentees are engaging in conversations that they wouldn't have otherwise, and we have a level of quality control that we know all over the city our people are having the conversations we know build strong mentoring relationships.
I think email is a great way to interact with your mentor because there's a lot of things that you wouldn't talk about face-to-face, but you can say it in the email, you can write it in the email.
But it's not just e-mentoring. These relationships flourish when pairs meet in person. So how about giving every mentor and mentee their own online calendar? How about giving your organization a way to create events, to invite your people, and to monitor how often pairs are meeting in person against your benchmarks?
So the idea that you have a calendar and that an administrator can constantly be in communication with everybody in the program, advising them about events that are coming up and, you know, either changes in the scheduling, is very, very useful.
Nothing's more important than the safety of your participants. That's why you get a closed network just for your staff and your mentors and mentees. That's why every email is logged and tracked on the back end. At the same time, you've got to be able to measure and talk about the impact you have. That's why you have tools to measure participation in real time. That's why you have surveys that let you collect any amount of data at any time. And that's why it's all presented back to you in a way that's easy for anybody to use.
Having metrics is so critical for almost every discussion with a funder, even if programs don't think about it when they begin. But it's also critical for us as a partnership. And I'll give you an example. We advocate both at the state and federal level for funding for mentoring programs, for changes in legislation, and every question is, well, how many kids are you serving? How often do they meet? What does it look like? And the more the metrics are there, we can just demonstrate to the powers that be when they make decisions to look at what's happening with mentoring.
This is another thing that is so great about this system, that all the emails can be read, accessed, so that you know that nothing untoward is going on, as well as it helps you in monitoring the relationships.
But it's not just the technology. What makes this so special is that our staff works with each of our member organizations. We get to use all of this experience to figure out how do we create the most effective kind of mentoring program for you.
For me, it helped me because it was the answer to what do you do for a mentoring program for high school students.
Every organization shouldn't have to figure these things out for themselves. Come join a coalition of organizations that are sharing best practices and resources to drive the mentoring movement.